watching me. But what? But it depends on how you kick your game. You might have somebody coming up trying to kick their game. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be, you know, someone from the past. And he's like, I just want to know how you gonna kick your game. If you still on that same isn't it? Or have you stepped your game up? Because you definitely gonna have to do that if you want to deal with me. You're gonna have to elevate. You're gonna have to get better. You're gonna have to have consistent effort and work. We're constantly growing over here, evolving, elevating, ascending. So I need you to be in alignment with that. That includes your game. You should never stop kicking it. You know what I'm saying? You should never stop kicking your game. We should constantly be going on date nights. All of the things. So if you ain't spitting that, kicking that kind of game, what are we doing? What are we doing? So we have our customized deck for this read. And we can make love on the 50-yard line. Me for me, me for you. There's nothing in this world, we cannot do. Queen of Queens, I saw it. Empress energy. You can kick some game. Come with something more clever than just your name. It's like this, I wanna take you home. But you gotta show me that your game is on. You gotta show me. I'm trying not to play too much of the song so I don't get flagged. I'm pretty sure I am gonna get flagged. I'm trying not to though. I'm making an effort. At least I'm trying. But it depends on perfect match. Queen of Queens, perfect match. Are you about to meet your emperor? But I did pull a card yesterday. When it came, it was a ring card. And it says a marriage, but it could be romantic or business. Even on this perfect match card, I have, could be a life partner, could be a business partner. Maybe there's a relationship that is transforming, metamorphosing into a business partner relationship versus a life partner. Or maybe they're fitting into both, but maybe that part of the relationship is growing as well. Perfect match with opportunity, friends. So you may be out networking. I actually went to I guess you can consider somewhat like a very first networking event. And then, like I said, it could be a lover as well. That you may be meeting. That's a perfect match. I'm also see it, feel it. Imagination, like you need to imagine yourself in those situations. Imagine yourself the person that knows how to operate in those rooms. And per the last read, we're going to be focusing on our business. So I'm in alignment. You know what I'm saying? And this is all spontaneous. My friend was like, I'm going to a networking event. I was like, you know what? I don't think I've ever been to one before. Let me tag along. Not even thinking about the reading from yesterday. But the thing is, if you're in alignment, you're in alignment. Because sometimes it's things, we do things, and then maybe weeks later, we see a read and say, oh, well, you need to do this. Oh, shit, I did that. That means I'm in alignment. Not only am I in alignment, I'm a few steps ahead of the energy. But that's usually how it works with spiritual people. The song playing right now is Colors. We're a rainbow of people. And rainbow of people, all the different colors. Favorite colors. All my favorite colors. My sisters and my brothers see like no other. All my favorite colors. You're gonna have a diverse business. A good day for me to see my favorite colors. My My sisters and my brothers, seals like no other. My favorite color. Yeah. I'm definitely about to get flagged on this one. I let that one play too much, but it's the whole vibe. It's about spreading love. You know, maybe your business is going to be one that is international. You know what I'm saying? So many of those, everyone can be able to benefit from it, does benefit from it, does receive the healing from it. You're going to be a worldwide motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be delegated to one city, one state, one country. No. Wow. And this is perfect for just that. Bottom of the deck card. And then look, we see it right underneath that. We have this one again. See it, feel it, imagine it. Go ahead and put yourself in that energy. It's seeming like it's going to be more of a business read, but it may be a mixture of both. But put yourself in that position where it is that you want to go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm feeling like, yeah, this is going to be more business, because it's just like with that networking event I went to. And I literally was on the phone with a friend telling them about it. Like, you know, I actually very glad I went. I met a lot of new people. It was intimidating, but, you know, I went anyway. I wanted to see how it goes. And I literally said this to him. You know, it's just something I got to put myself out there, and I'll learn as I go. And this is basically what this card is saying. You will figure it out on the way. Just move, though. Step. Even stumble. It's okay. Just get back up and get back to it. Because what? Next card. You are attracting prosperity. So you're preparing. You don't know that's what you're doing, but you're preparing to be in those spaces, to be in those rooms. Look at this. Next card, it says you tried to prepare them for the reckoning. They didn't listen. Because you're about to, again, start attracting prosperity. You know, when you try to prepare these people, like, you know, I'm a person of greatness. You keep stepping on my neck and trying to make me feel less than. You about to get left behind. And actually, you've already showed me what to expect from you. When you thought I was nothing, you treated me a certain way. I gave you enough rope to hang yourself, type that shit. But it's like now it's coming in like a wrecking ball. And this could be like I said, you're attracting that prosperity and walking away. You know what I'm saying? Next card, what it says. Period. The power within you is a divine protection. The power within you comes with a divine protection. Like, you've been through a lot to get here, but you had divine protection the whole way. And if you look back on things, yeah, you had to go through it. You didn't want to, but you're not exempt. You're not special. Though you want to feel like you're special and think you're special. Like, no. But Spirit was right there the whole time to pull you through. The power within you is a divine protection they can't manipulate. And that is what eats them up inside. They pick at you because they're miserable. They know you are ascending or ascending. Look at this. Next card. Separation is a phase in alchemy. And that's part of what's going to come along with you being successful in business. You're going to raise your altitude, you know, and right now things may be uncomfortable because you're getting adjusted to how to breathe at that altitude. But, you know what I'm saying, there's people around you that they try to come into that altitude where you are and they can't breathe. And so they'll rather, you know, pick at you and try to make you miserable to bring you down. You know, try to pick at you and make you miserable and bring you down. But like it says, separation is a phase in alchemy. He says, let go of draining contracts, work on projects that you are developing, and release harmful habits. It's time to separate from those things that are no longer serving you. And step through the golden gateway into your own mastery. The time is now. The time is now. It's time for you to step through that golden gateway. Your great grandfather on your mother's side may be speaking. Let's get into the read, because I got stuck right there. I told y'all, when we pull cards and just create that's us creating a customized deck for this read. And so that means, like, no matter what card I pull, It's going to be able to add a message and a different dynamic to the message. It's going to add to it. It's going to be on point. Anyway, first card that we're going to clarify today: you need never fear the dark. I was in the dark about that networking event that I literally just went to today. This is confirmation just in real time for me. I don't know if it is about you or what you've experienced or will experience, but Spirit wants you to let you know, your ancestors want to let you know that you need never fear the dark. We got you. It was one of these cards that said something about, the ancestors been with you the whole way. The divine protection. The power within you comes with the divine protection. You need never fear the dark. And that divine protection is something that nobody can manipulate. Those people that's miserable and trying to pick on you, you got a divine protection. That their attempts don't work on you. You know what I'm saying? So, and look, I don't even know if I read this one, but this was the bottom of the deck card that I was like, this is really in tune with and on brand with the message. Let go of known worlds. Networking is not a known world for me, but everybody's going to deal with this energy with different circumstances, but let go of known worlds and reach for the unfamiliar. It's liberating and unsettling, but it is meant to be, because that is this very thing that may invoke this energy in you is preparing you. On the bottom of the card it says, you need to faith and then programmed unworthiness. You are facing that programmed unworthiness. That's the reason why the next card says you got to see it, feel it, use your imagination, because this is, tools, and processes on how to, reprogram that, or to undo the programmed unworthiness. Feeling like you're an imposter syndrome. No, just step out there and do it. Just move. You'll figure it out on the way. You'll figure it out on the way. Don't be stumble, get back up and keep going. So, you need never fear the dark. Next card we have is Sekhmet. Okay. Protection and about alchemy, right? So she's a great energy. A meditation you can do for Sekhmet is imagining her, and look up, just Google Sekhmet so you can see what it looked like, so you can see it, feel it, imagine it. Imagine her. Imagine all of the things that need alchemizing coming up, or her going through your body, searching it out, eating it. And as she eats it, she transforms it, within you, and just give you back that cleansed energy, alchemy. She's a goddess, a Neteru of protection as well within the Egyptian pantheon. Okay. What does let's see what Sekhmet has to say. We'll get tarot, regular tarot, then we'll get ancestor tarot on it, because she can be considered an ancestor in a way. And we'll get some tea leaves to see what else may come out in regards to this Sekhmet energy. Why has she been evoked or called into this to make herself known in this message? Let's see if we can find out some things. We'll start with the tea leaf. Song playing right now. If you're gonna accuse me, I should have cheated. The Keisha Cole song, something like that. Today, oh, you made it like that. Jealousy. That's what she may need to alchemize. What would you do without me? It's these people. I might as well have cheated on you. As much as you accuse me of cheating, I might as well have lie to you. You know, people may be gossiping and lying about you to people. And that's the energy that Sekhmet is probably here to come eat up for you. As much as you accuse me, I might as well have gave away my love. As much as you accuse me, I should have lied. Baby, I should have went to the club. You know. But it does say protect here, so Sekhmet is here to protect you from all those people spreading those lies and such. Look at my nigga. Cat. A two-faced friend. Wouldn't that be someone that's going to be lying on you, being jealous of you and all of that? Sekhmet is, and it's funny, Sekhmet has been called to come in. Have y'all seen it? Y'all know what Sekhmet look like? She's the animal ology. What is it called? Anyway, a mixture of an animal and a human. And Sekhmet is the lion, I believe, in the feline family. She's here. She's been called. She's been summoned to help protect us from this. And we see why, you know. And then we have Pen, new job and career. She's here to, you know, protect us from maybe a two-faced friend that is trying to block our financial ascension. And I did see that last night after the read as I was putting the cards up. I saw a card that, you know, someone trying to block you financially or something like that. And then we have Fox here. I already know what Fox is about, baby. And this is about finance. This is about business. It says shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Okay, both of these came out together, I think, last night as well in a group that I was clarifying in this middle row, I believe. You see how many, there's so many cards. These are thin. And for those same two cards to come out again, the fuck? Look at this, bottom of the deck, frying pan, trouble, accusations. And that whole song was about accusations and trying to bring trouble into your life, trying to distract you. That gives the energy of two-faced friends, or maybe a two-faced lover, you know, that may be in the behind the scenes talking shit, but now they're trying to act like they support you. Spirit may be just saying, be careful. This person was probably putting you down in the background, but now that they've been covert and you're still not 100% sure, you don't have any proof, you know, they're still somewhat privy to what's going on in your life. We just got the death card in the upright, endings and new beginnings. Maybe you have that too, because that's coming out on top of the cat card, right? And death is about endings and new beginnings, transformation. Maybe you just being you. This has always been in you. You guys you never really just been in the energy of being proactive about your business. And if you're in alignment, then you're just in alignment with the messages, and just like we discussed earlier. And that's definitely has been part of the messages. Nick, yo, stop fucking playing with me. The King of Pentacles in the upright. That's given every bit of, you know, shrewdness, resourcefulness. Earth energy is all about practicality. And earth energy, what they got, that's money, that's business. Especially shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. It gives the energy of you're just a natural born entrepreneur, a natural born leader, you're naturally very good when it comes to business. And you know, you're just naturally good at being a CEO. You may not have, and you may just be in the beginning process of it, but you're very shrewd and resourceful and naturally talented at that. So it's gonna take no time for you to exceed, because you were just born with the King of Pentacles energy. Everything you touch turns to gold. And now that you're ready to really focus on that, like that's coming out underneath the Pen card, which talks about a new job and career. Being an entrepreneur, again, may be new to you. But this is a pinpoint in your life, a pivot that you are embarking on, like, because you're really, focusing on that aspect of your life it feels totally different this time. You've done it before, but it may not have been, successful. You just wasn't it wasn't divine timing for that. There was more things you needed to learn, as we've been already talking about. Like, shit, you're doing things now that of course you wouldn't have had that knowledge back then, so of course it's bound to fail, but that's part of the process. It's one thing you need to learn. Again, being earth energy, some things you can't rush. Just like planting a seed, you got to wait, and you got to let the seed do that. You got to surrender it. Once you plant that seed, there ain't nothing else you can really do but, make sure you water it, make sure you put it in a good environment. You have to add some fertilizer and shit. This time of abandonment where things wasn't working was, that's part of this. That was just the fertilizer. You know what I'm saying? That's going to really give what you're doing, this seed, is going to really nurture it and give it the minerals and vitamins and all of that it needs. It's going to make that soil richer so that you can have a rich ass harvest. Oh, I like it. Okay, so you've experienced some hardship, and then, there was some insecurity, but again, you got this King of Pentacles energy. You're not going to give up. So these people can want to try to talk shit or whatever, but again, I feel like you're making a believer out of some people. Alchemy. You are a master alchemist, okay, whether you know it or not. And I feel like you are making believers out of motherfuckers. Look at this. 4 swords in reverse. Yeah, you got them motherfuckers really rethinking how they handled you. How they ignored the warning signs of your greatness. Look at that. Relationships. 2 of Cups. And I say you got some people that you've been in relationships with that you are, changing their fucking whole perspective on you. But this is coming out over the abandonment card. So it's giving spirit, like, just put a pin in it. Remember who the fuck switched up. Even if it's a slight switch, make sure you make note of it and remember it. Like that. The 18, right? The moon card in reverse. Because there's still some little hidden, they hid this with the two-faced friend energy. It's a relationship that, they hid some things, some illusions, some deception there. Like, these are some people that may have caused confusion in your life. They were the ones that made you feel unworthy. But you persevered. Bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Pentacles. That gives, like a teamwork. The team around you, the people around you. But there, disagreement, lack of communication, incompetence, unrecognized, You've outgrown the team. You outgrown these people. And that's probably what, that confusion, again, it's in reverse, that represents external energy. You are confusing a lot of people. Again, you're making believers out of a lot of people. They're starting to reconsider a lot of things. Because they see the faith, right? The faith and the consistency of energy you putting towards, this program, unworthiness. See it, feel it, imagination, using those different tools. You're like, I'm not gonna allow my environment to dictate my destiny. Some people feel trapped and locked into it, but you refuse to allow yourself to be burnt out in life, restless in life. So you always do the introspection, but there's a lot of people around you that don't want to look in the mirror, don't want to take accountability. And that's why that segment energy has come out and made itself known. The daughter of coins in reverse. These people are feeling real small. There's a lot, 9 of knives. They're feeling very anxious at this time. You got them feeling like little kids. Because again, the son of knives, you're not afraid to do the deep dive, to do the introspection. That makes a lot of people anxious, put a lot of anxiety in people. It makes them feel small again, and these people like to feel in control. But you being able to face that. Exactly. 2 of knives in reverse. This is ignoring what's right in front of your face because you don't want to face the truth. You want to go around it, pretend it's not there, dress it up, put a little lipstick on that pig. But this you. Oh, you're not scared to jump into the waters to find out and eradicate whatever may be the issue. You know what I'm saying? 10 of knives. And that has caused, a lot of pain in relationships, as this is in the same position as the 2 of cups of the regular tarot. This caused a lot of pain in relationships because you're someone that, is not afraid of taking accountability, but this has brought a lot of, issues in emotion, because this is connected to the Son of Knives. But in the Son of Knives, even though this is the air card, you see him diving into water, and that represents emotion. Damn. 8 of baskets. Upright. Segment is going to give you the energy and the power to walk away. You know what I'm saying? And then Daughter of Wands. That's that inspired action. You're getting the idea of the inspired action. So obviously I feel like something is going to be revealed that you're going to be like, oh, okay. And you're going to see something a lot clearer. And that may explain this Death card right here. It may be the catalyst for you to completely shut something down. Or this could be the transforming of a romantic relationship into a strictly business partner relationship. Or you may find out like, okay, well, maybe I need to not share that with this person because I don't want to give them ammunition of how to work against me, maybe spiritually. So we have to stop forcing it. Just let it unfold. Okay? You may be still putting a little too much energy into a certain situation. Or Spirit is just getting ahead of the game, is letting you know. Don't force it. So, wow. Because there's danger. It looks like. It says especially in money matters. And I say you might get to the point where you stop sharing business things with a person because you don't want them to try to get ahead of you and block it. So if you start getting opportunities, more bookings or whatever, you may want to keep that on the low and just keep acting like, I'm just day by day trying to make it work. Being real nonchalant about it. Wow. We got the Lobster here in a financial pinch. Other card, danger, especially in money matters. But that's coming out underneath. Stop forcing it. So really what it's given, this may be something that you're going through right now and you're stressing about it. Spirit says don't stress about it. Just let it unfold. And if you just release and take your hand off and see it, feel it, imagine yourself, let go of known worlds, That known world may be one of a lack mentality, of always having to survive, check the check. The Spirit says you need to let that go. But it could also be a relationship as well, because the next card we have Flute here. It says disappointment in a friend or lover. And that's kind of what we were talking about before with this two-faced friend. And like I said, it could be a two-faced lover, two-faced business partner, or whatever. I did not mean to shuffle these cards, but we'll look at what's barking. So we have, look at what's barking. Look at the bottom of the deck card, and it says dog barking. And it says advice from a friend. So you may get some advice from a friend that you need to play back in your mind and recognize some things. We got the Four of Wands in the reverse. So this could be a family member. This is coming out underneath the danger, especially in money matters. So this could have, like I said, could be a family member, could have something to do with the home. We got the Two of Wands in the upright though. It says financial pinch. And so you may be experiencing a financial pinch right now, but with the Two of Wands here, that's the energy. All twos are a decision. A decision. You can either remain stagnant or to keep moving forward. That's the decision. It being in the upright gives the energy for me is to keep moving, no matter if you are in a financial pinch. Just again, have that faith, because there may be again a situation with the home. Where you may have to walk away or leave, but Spirit wants you to go ahead and do just that and do what you need to do. Don't try to force it. Let it unfold. And disappointment in a friend or lover, lover, someone that you love, could be family. There may be some heartbreak happening there in regards, could be a mother figure or a mother-like figure. But you're doing the work now, again, with your business to start generating opportunities for income. So if this situation, if there is a sudden move that you may have to make, it's gonna take some money, of course, to do the things, but you're gonna be also generating the money to replenish that. So Spirit wants you to not worry. With the Page of Swords here in reverse, this may come about from some dishonesty or some manipulation, some deceit, someone that maybe have lack of confidence, again, that jealousy energy. So you may be experiencing that from someone that may be in that energy. You may have some aggression. Again, this is connected to that home life energy and the Two of Wands, which is about the decision to stay stagnant or to move forward again, whether to stay. But it's still bittersweet for you, because it's just disappointing that you're put in such a situation or have to make a decision with that type of energy being the motivation or catalyst of it. What is the number in your pocket? I remember when you used to throw those things away. So this song is about deceit, deception. Why do you want to keep in touch now? Who gave you a reason to act so shady? Like I said, remember we saw the card, they're miserable. That's why they're picking at you. What else did it say? Step through the golden gateway into your own mastery. The time is now. But, you tried to prepare them for the reckoning, for you growing. They didn't want to listen. They wanted to keep trying to sun you. Now, the divine power within you is a divine protection. And you're about to call that in. It's a divine protection that these people can't manipulate. They feel like they can't manipulate you anymore, so they want to try to get you away from them. They pick at you because they're miserable. They want to keep you where they can drain your energy. But, wow. I literally picked up a group of cards, and what does it say? Cords severed. But you have severed cords. They're not able to affect you like they did before. It says free, rejoice, celebrate, a financial increase, successfully released from toxic people. So again, people need to really be mindful of what they do and how they treat you right now, because you're on the up and up, and they're really going to be solidifying their space out of your life. But again, with this page in reverse, it looks like got some people acting very immature. I even have the page of Pentacles in reverse, bottom of the deck. Missed opportunity is one of the energies here, and this immaturity is going to have them miss out on the opportunity with you. Remember, disappointment in a friend or lover, family member. I'm gonna shuffle and get another card though to put out here. So we got the 9 major arcana card, which is the Hermit card. So you could be dealing with the Virgo. So this could be dealing with maybe a family member that has that zodiac sign. But nevertheless, it's in the upright. So this is you just retreating into yourself, which makes sense, because this is what we do when it's time to heal. We'll go into the wilderness until we reach enlightenment. You know, enlightenment is that star that's in his lantern. We go into the wilderness, into the darkness, until we reach enlightenment. And this is coming out literally on top of the 3 of Swords, which is the card of heartbreak, emotional pain, grief, loss, healing. You know, but this could also be the energy that person is feeling. They're in a financial pinch. They may be disappointed in themselves. Danger, especially in the money matters. They may be facing something in regards to that. Maybe they're in danger because they tried to fuck with your money, and that divine protection that is over you has put them in judgment with the Judgment card in reverse. Your ancestors are dealing with them. We spoke about the divine protection, so why wouldn't the divine protection be on their job? If they're going to make themselves known, they must be working on it. So this may be just Spirit is saying, like, you know, this person may rev up in their attacks on you because they're being attacked. But Spirit says, again, stop forcing it. Just let it unfold. Don't get yourself involved, so that you can don't allow them to tempt you, so that you can take some of the karma off of them and put it on you, because you're trying to interfere in a spiritual lesson that they need to learn. And you may be interfering by trying to help them out of it, or to, you know what I'm saying? No, this is something that they need to face on their own, you know. Because again, you try to prepare them for this. You try to, you know, share your journey with them, how you overcome. Because if they were with you and allowed you to open up to them, you could have gave them the blueprint, and they could have been prepared for this. This is something that everyone has to go through, a Saturn return. And that even came out in the last reading. Saturn has you facing all of your doubts and fears, and that may be what this person is going through as well. This may be what Sekhmet is bringing, you know, that person. Acceleration. You are accelerating. With acceleration, you are walking away with confidence. We got the 8 of Cups, right? Walk away with confidence. You will have a better replacement. Damn, these people are being replaced. I just saw the month of April. Something significant could have happened in the month of April. Look, these people are scrambling because they're afraid that no matter what, they won't be able to reach your level. This whole reading has been about what? Career and business. Look at the next card I see here. Stand on business. Look, this is grateful chaos. Yes, things may be chaotic right now, but this is chaos that you can be grateful for, because it's a catalyst. It's that fire that needed to be lit underneath your butt. Look, the Nike mentality. Just do it. That's what you did with the networking event. You just did it, even though there was a whole bunch of fear. And that's what you're going to be doing a lot. You know, look, since their validation no longer brainwashes you. Their validation or lack thereof no longer brainwashes you to people please and to try to beg for it. Okay, look, y'all. I'm gonna pick up the whole deck so I don't even look what's underneath. But it says, look, the weapon was formed. It says the weapons are forming. But they got the little shrug emoji I tried to do. But as we all know, they won't prosper. The weapons are forming. We're not gonna be delusional. But as we all know, they won't prosper. Let's get cards from our ancestor deck. That's not some real ass talk. Some real ass talk, you know what I'm saying? I bet you won't. It's a song that's playing right now. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Yeah. I be on them hoes. All I do is shows. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. That's what your ancestors saying. I bet you won't. I bet you won't touch my baby. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't doubt them again. I bet you won't. Ride when it's time to ride. But you need to get your money right. Show them bitches they ain't fucking with you. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Spirit says you ain't gotta force nothing. I bet you won't. And they ain't. Cause your spirit team is gonna meet them every time. Look at that. With the 7 of knives in reverse. Lying and deceit. Literally right underneath the Page of Swords in reverse card that has deceit on it. Aggression. But you gonna go in the hermit mode and just be like,
just FYI, if you want to
unbothered. Because you're gonna hand it over to your most high. To your divine team, you know. 10 of baskets in reverse. You know, they're picking on you because they're miserable. You know what I'm saying? They are not happy with the 10 of cups in reverse. They are under judgment right now. You know what I'm saying? Because they're fear of change. They're not trying to make the change. Again, we already spoke about, you know, people not taking accountability. They're in denial about some things. Like I said, they have that self-doubt. But you're that type of person that's not afraid to dive into the deep and do the shadow work. But you gotta face yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, the song playing right now. Not who born you, who born you. And so again, this person could be a sibling. It's the same person that born both of y'all, but y'all have complete, like, you like, who born you? Because how are you not leveling up? So we have the Hierophant in reverse here. The Hierophant is the energy of a leader or whatever. And I feel like this person may see you in that energy, but this is a role that they wanted to play, but they're not willing to put in the work that it requires to pay. So you got to pay the cost to be the boss. Last reading, it says boss up. The boss up card came out. You done bossed the fuck up. And you're not afraid to do the work. With integrity, with the 7 of knives in reverse, this person don't operate in integrity. But that's the reason why the energy rallies behind you. With the Ace of Wands here, this is the intensity. That's why your intensity is increasing, rising again, because you constantly focus on elevating, ascending. And we got the Ace of Knives in reverse. And so again, with the aces are energy from the divine. So this person gotta, you know, they're listening to the devil on their shoulder versus the angel on their shoulder, because we have both of them. But you gotta choose who you're gonna feed. Damn. We got the Judgment in the same space, except it's in reverse in the regular tarot, but it's upright in the Ancestor Tarot cards. I was just thinking about, didn't I say they feeding the devil on their shoulder versus the angel? And then we have the devil card in reverse coming up here. They're giving in to their addictions, their obsessions, and, they're obsessed with trying to fuck with you, trying to pick at you. They don't realize it's a losing battle because they're mentally ill. So that's why Spirit says you got to stop trying to force it with them. Stop trying to make them see anything. Stop trying to teach them stuff to help them through what they may be going through. They're not. It's going to go through one ear and out the other because they got two. They see green. There's jealousy, greed, deceit, lies, confusion. There's too much of that blocking them. And so Spirit says you just got to let these people really realize that. I think that's just going to be another situation that comes up that further separates you from certain people. Like I said before, there's a two-faced friend. You're changing how people see you. And that may be also what is triggering these people because they did a whole bunch of lying on your name. You know what I'm saying? But what you're about to do, they may have seen you, like, because they don't know the inner workings of your life. You may look like a failure, like you're not doing anything. But when they talk to you, there's a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of planning that has gone into the things that you're pursuing. And, there's an acceptance of where you are financially or, home-wise. There's an acceptance there but you still hold on to the vision. You know that there's abundance in the future as long as you stay in alignment and continue to do the deep dives and alchemize that negative energy and stay in an honest, integritous energy. You know that there's going to be blessings there. So, look, first card out, y'all remember? You need never to fear the dark. I completely forgot about that energy, but yeah, they pick at you because you're miserable and want to bring you down, but you need never to fear the dark. You face the devil. That's why the motherfucker was in reverse. You faced the devil. You know his games, his tricks. You got Segment. She's the energy of fire as well. They say my hell is hot. Shit, Segment don't play. She keeping you cool as a cucumber. She keeps you cool as a cucumber in the furnace. Type ass shit. So I think I'll get the realest. Because it's been a real ass read. Why not? The realest oracle. Let's get a few of these before we shut down. I done let this song play in the background loud as hell. Shit, what I'm turning it down for now? Shit, that ain't gonna do nothing. I already done indulge, period. You need never fear the dark. You may be having that energy of lack mentality coming. You know how you always have that thought in the back of the mind that poverty can hit you again at any time. Spirit says don't fucking worry about that. Indulge. Like I was saying before, something may come up that put you in a financial pinch, but Spirit wants you to know we're already making provisions for that to be replenished. So don't worry about it. Look at that release ritual coming out with the Segment card. Didn't I tell you she's about fire? Look at that. What's in there? Fire, the burning. Those things you want to release. Get you a pot. Go outside. Burn that shit. Call on Segment to imagine it. Imagine a filter goes down your body and it pulls out all the gunk that needs to be alchemized. Pulls out all the gunk, put it into like a green or a black orb, and then throw that shit to Segment, and she gonna bite that shit. swallow it, and it's gonna be alchemized in her stomach, and she gonna create a beautiful, pure white light energy, and gently, and engulf you in it, so you can absorb it into your force field for an additional layer of protection, of healing, of love, of nurturing. Because Sekhmet gives that mother energy. You know, a mother don't play about her cubs, and that's the type of urgency that Sekhmet gonna bring. This is what's clarifying. Stop forcing it. Let it unfold. Didn't I say these people are going through they're probably going through their shadow work, and you don't need to get in the way? This is something that they need to go through, because they have chosen to feed the devil and not the angel on their shoulder. But sometimes it's okay. It's necessary to feed the devil, so you can know that energy, because that sometimes you will need to. You need to be centered enough so that you can know when to tap into the dark energy, know how to get back centered, but also tap into the light energy and get back centered, because this is a realm of duality, and you need to also remain centered. You need to remain in the present, in balance. You know what I'm saying? You don't need. You can picture like this is the center of a scale, and this is the up or down. You don't need one always higher than the other. You need it to be balanced. And doing the shadow work gives you the tools that you need on not to get too high, to remember to stay practical, or not too low, that you start forfeiting your spiritual gifts. Bottom of the deck, it says find an oracle. Psychic services or whatever. So this could be you purchasing your own oracle deck or your own tarot. This could be you seeking a tarot video, maybe such as this. Maybe this message spoke to you on a deep level. You may need to actually seek out maybe a personal read from another, oracle or tarot reader. Or let's find an oracle. 44. This is about 44 is about foundations. Okay, you may need to find an oracle for where you're going, because remember, you're letting go of known worlds. You are ascending. So you may need an oracle, a mentor, someone to help guide you at this new altitude, coach you on how to breathe. It says sacred insight, spiritual knowledge. This card suggests seeking a mystic, an astrologer, a tarot reader, or a medium for guidance rather than traditional sources. So again, you may be getting your own tarot cards, or, seeking I want to read this release ritual too. You might find solace in universal truths and the esoteric right now. And so I feel like this read in itself really addressed, some universal truths and, esoteric knowledge, because with Sekhmet, she's part of that esoteric energy of Egyptian mythology. It's not something that's outside of traditional. Just like the card says, you need to seek something outside of traditional sources at this time. Baby, I just look down, and what I see underneath this advice from a friend is the Wheel card. Great worry over nothing. Okay? That's why the card, this says stop forcing it. Great worry over nothing. These people, they're not on your level, so they can't see things from your perspective. They don't have your type of faith. So they see you, but they don't see the vision, all the underlying work that you've done in the background of setting a foundation. So they may be barking at you, thinking they're giving you good advice. Remember, we have a two-faced friend here, but they're just not at your level of integrity, of truth, of faith. So they may pretend to be of that, but they don't really walk it out. So two-faced friend, I mean, there could be some greed and jealousy, but it doesn't necessarily, I feel, maybe have to do with a two-faced friend. It could be someone that's just, put forth an image of being righteous, but not really about that life, in a way. And so you could have someone trying to talk you against a certain situation. This card keeps wanting to slide off. Wow. And it says boat. It's the boat card. It says money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. So you may get some advice from a friend that tells you to do something against what you know is true. I feel like this advice is going to help you to see that this person really doesn't believe in you, because maybe that's what the shadow work is. I mean, not the shadow work, but this disappointment is. Disappointment in a friend or lover, because it's like you share something with you, but they don't celebrate that with you, or they always come with the negative about well, what if this happened, in a way that seemed like they're trying to discourage you. And stop forcing it. You may need to, again, we saw the card, their validation no longer brainwashes you. Remember, that card did come out. And so that advice from a friend, if you listen to it, it'll have you worrying over nothing. It says great worry over nothing. And then we got the boat. That money, money or prosperity, that is coming in because you've put in the work. They don't know the work that you've done. They don't know the type of spiritual love. Remember, your power comes with divine protection. They don't know the type of spiritual love you have. It don't look like you've been guided, but you are. And you need someone that's equally yoked with you as well, though. Someone that embodies a spiritual love, someone that you can talk about the esoteric with. You know what I'm saying? Good news, okay? So we have good news. It says you could be getting some good news from a fair woman, a light-skinned woman, perhaps. This could be one of the people whose mind you're changing. With gray, blonde, or white hair. So it may not necessarily be the skin color. It could be their hair color. With the hair being gray, it could be an older woman. Could be young. It could be blonde. They may like to wear blonde in their hair. But look, bowl is underneath here. Plenty of material things. And then we also have dark woman here. Dealings with a woman with a dark complexion or hair. This one does speak about complexion or dark hair. So you may be dealing with a woman, a fair woman, or you may be may have some dealings with a dark woman. It definitely can also still have to do with ones that feed the light or feed the darkness. But again, remember, first card out, you need never fear the dark. You need never fear the dark. Okay, I think I'm going to stop right there because you already know we can keep going. And then we got all the cards here. I don't need to. Overlooking red flags. That's coming out. I threw that down on top of the release ritual. I did say I wanted to read that, didn't I? 43 is the number. It's funny, didn't we just read a card that was 44? Yeah, it's right here. Find the oracle. And the oracle maybe is going to guide you on how to release these person, how to do a release ritual. This is maybe why I felt that this reading could definitely help you. So this is, if you need to do a release ritual on, two-faced friends and things like that, it says find your clean state. This is, use the elements to reset. So you can using the elements of fire and air, because the air feeds the fire and helps things to burn away. Release resentment. So in this release ritual, you write down any resentments you may have, any unhealthy habits you may have, and harmful attachments. Write that down. It says release this by ceremony, and then go outside and, like I said, pray over it, pray the release, and put that paper in there, because that's part of your ceremony to release it. It says this card means that it's time to ground back into the present. Set your intentions, write down what you wish to release, as I was just saying, and send it away by water, burial, or burning. So that's using the elements. You can either do water. We know what that element is. It's the element of water. Burial, that's the element of earth. And then burning, that includes fire and air. Hell, write it 3 times and do the release ritual ceremony with all 3. Or maybe do it all, in that one setting. Wherever you do your ritual, find where you want to bury this piece of paper, and do everything right there when it comes to. So you may want to do it by a body of water, because it says send it away by water. Right. Maybe you can write it down on some toilet paper. Ooh, that way you can flush that shit. I just thought about that. That's a good one. Let me flush this shit down. Shit is waste that your body don't need, right? And these, things you need to, the things that you wish to release, that's shit. It's like shit. It's waste. It needs to be flushed. So you can write it down get a piece, a permanent marker. Write down what you want to release, and that's sending it away by water. So you got the water element taken care of. Burial, again, go outside, dig a hole, put it in there. Or I feel like you can, if you get a container to a cauldron or some kind of pot that you can burn those, you can write it down on some paper, burn it. You can take the ashes and bury the ashes. And I think that could help you take care of the burial way of doing it as well. But you only need one. You only need one element. You can just choose one. But if you want to be extra, you can do it all the other ways too. And those, the water part that's real simple. So why not, indulge in that way? Period. And I think I'm going to go ahead and end on this. I'm not going to even... We spoke about faith earlier. And it says, have faith in everything that you've believed about yourself. You're the only one that matters. Self-love, self-awareness. Know thyself. All right, family, that's what I have for you. I hope it helped in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I love you all. And until next time, peace.